Hello world, I'm an average Joe and I play games, and welcome to the Warlock Armor episode of the Xur Complete Buying Guide. And I have been waiting a long time to do this guide because, as you guys know, I'm a Warlock. That's my primary class, so I know all about Warlock Armor, how to play as a Warlock, and I have been looking forward to this. So enough talking, let's get right into it. For your Voidwalker, all you need to know is Obsidian Mind, Obsidian Mind, Obsidian Mind. This armor will triple your DPS as a Voidwalker. It is hands down the best armor for Voidwalker Warlocks. Buy it, level it up, you will not regret it. For Sunsingers, though, the story is much more complex because the armor for Sunsingers sucks. Well, let's be honest. The rest of the armor for Warlocks, except Obsidian Mind, sucks. So for Sunsingers, you're really, kind of picking the best of the worst in a lot of senses. So Heart of the Praxic Fire, Starfire Protocol, Sunbreakers, and Claws of Ahamkara, those are the next four best Warlock armors. What you want to do is pick one and make that your primary armor. Personally, I love fusion grenades, so Starfire Protocol is my go-to armor. It also has a good side bonus of adding additional heavy weapon ammo, which is nice to be able to carry an extra rocket or two. But if you like solar grenades instead, go with Sunbreakers. They're a decent exotic. You won't go wrong with that. If you tend to melee a lot and you want a more defensive build, Claws of Ahamkara are good. I personally don't use the claws in high-level PvE content like the Nightfall or like the Raid because light switch is usually one of the modifiers and I don't want stuff getting close to me. Heart of the Praxic Fire is an interesting one. I'll give you my thoughts on this one. So Xur has not sold it, so the only way you can get it is through a random loot drop, and I have awful luck when it comes to random loot drops, so I do not have Heart of the Praxic Fire. But even if I did, I don't think I would run it. Because the way that I use my Radiance ability is I have the Self-Resurrection perk selected almost all the time. And so when I use my Radiance, it's because I died. And usually I died because I have a boomer shooting at me, or I got sniped, or I got bum rushed by a bunch of melee enemies. And so when I activate my Radiance, the first thing I do is I get out of there and reposition myself in a safer spot, usually outside of grenade range. So the ability of the Heart of the Praxic Fire to, toss 12 or, 13 grenades while you're under your Radiance ability, I would not get any benefit out of because by the time that I resituate myself, half my Radiance has been used up anyways. The best way to use Heart of the Praxic Fire is to use Radiance much more offensively, almost like a gunslinger hunter would, where they would call in their golden gun and shoot 3 or 4 things. You would call in your Radiance and blow up potentially 12 or 14 things using your grenades, probably fusion grenades because they have the most damage. Though you could really lay down some suppression fire with solar grenades. So that's my opinion of Heart of the Praxic Fire. What you want to do is pick one of these 4 exotics and use that as your primary exotic for your Sunsinger. As far as the rest of the Warlock armor goes, both Apotheosis Veil and Light Beyond Nemesis have utility in the Crota boss fight, particularly in hard mode where the Chalice is not present. And Light Beyond Nemesis obviously has the utility in 3v3 or 2v2 Crucible game modes. And Voidfang Vestments, in my opinion, are the best Warlock exotic for PvP. Even as a Sunsinger, I will run the Voidfang Vestments to be able to get multiple grenades every time that I respawn. But for PvE, there are better exotics. That's why it is a situational buy. And the last piece of Warlock armor is the Skull of Dire Ahamkara. Now, I apologize if you like this one, but Obsidian Mind is simply better. I would much rather maximize my DPS as a Warlock with Obsidian Mind than buy myself a little bit of survivability with this skull. Well, there you guys have it. That is the complete buying guide for Xur Agent of the Nine. Links to the other pieces of the guide are down in the comment section below if you missed any of the pieces of the guide. Be sure to comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, do whatever it is you guys do. We'll see you in the next game.